Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is day 8 of my mental health journey. If you're not familiar, the channel is called Mental Health is Wealth, and essentially I talk about my struggles with mental health before and during the quarantine, and some of the stuff that I've actively been trying to do to, I won't say fix because it's going to be a constant journey, but just to make myself feel better and realize that like mental health is actually a real thing, and that the mind is a powerful thing, and you can allow it to consume you or you can allow it to propel you further and forward in life. And I'm looking for option 2. So this is kind of just me documenting how I'm trying to obtain that level of peace internally. And if I can connect with anybody in the process, that is more than anything I could ever ask for. So anyway, I'm going to keep this one short. I don't have anything written down, but I just wanted to talk about something I did earlier today that I think gave me a lot of inner peace and was frankly just awesome. So I went on a walk by the lake at this place called Middlesex Fells. Anyone that's familiar with like the Medford, Somerville area, they know about it. But basically, I went on a socially distant and obviously masked up and glasses out walk with one of my former coworkers who had recently got let go from this company. And I didn't get let go from this company, but I got let go of the next company I worked at. So I was very familiar with the company that from which he was let go, and just sort of some of the internal workings and everything. But I spent a good 2 hours just talking to him about it because similar to me, he was saying how initially he felt super depressed about everything, like it reflected his capabilities as a person, and just all this self-doubt starting to pile up. And by the end of the conversation, we were laughing. We were able to kind of talk about old stories that we had and how far we feel like we've come since we worked together. And I've been in contact with him ever since I left. This is somebody who I consider a close friend, but it just reminded me how restorative it is to just kind of step away from your own head for a second and just chat with someone else. I feel like sometimes if you just sit alone and you think these thoughts, you don't have anybody assuming that you're not going to go to the plate for yourself. You don't have anyone who's going to tell you like, hey, that's wrong. Like you actually did this, this, and this, and like this is why you're great. And I felt like during the conversation on both ends, we really maybe said something that we thought like we were doing wrong, and the other person was quick to kind of check them, not in a negative way or an aggressive way, but just like, look, but you did all this and that, and there's no reason why this event, which is just a blip on the radar, should affect how you perceive yourself moving forward, how you approach being a candidate for a new position. Like, it's water under the bridge, and you're just moving forward. And I don't know if it was a combination of the fact that we were in nature and it's a beautiful day, and it was just I hadn't seen him for a while, but it really got me thinking about just how negative it is in your own head. And people usually, like from the outside, view you totally in a different way. And sometimes it's negative and you would be right to ignore them, but a lot of people who are your friends and family and whatnot, like they have a totally different view of you because they're affected by your actions. You don't really see it because you're all in your own head. You don't realize like the difference that you make, or the times that you made somebody laugh and really made them feel like connected. So I just think, and this is going to be a super short one, as I mentioned beforehand, that it's just really important to talk with your friends, especially if you're going through hard times, not just when you're trying to, talk about girls or guys or whatever it is, frivolous that you want to talk about. I think it's really important to just have these conversations with your friend, and even if they might initially start off tough, eventually you're going to feel comfortable explaining what you're going through, because at the end of the day, they're your friend and they view you positively, much more positively than you might be viewing yourself. So never discount what they're saying either. They're not going to tell you all this positive stuff just because, like, this is really how they feel about you, and it kind of gives you a window into how you should start viewing yourself. And that's just as a baseline. You should view yourself as even better than that. But I just want to say that we left that conversation, both of us, being in much better places. I thought that I would kind of be talking more to him about like what he was going through, but he asked me questions too, and it ended up being a very candid two-way conversation where we discussed ourselves. We asked each other questions, just very engaged. And I think that's the type of friendships and companionships that you should look for, people that are going to help you grow and are going to help you get through tough times, not just be there when you're up, but also when you're down and you're trying to get back on your toes or on your feet. But yeah, anyway, I hope that this resonates with some of you guys. And if you're feeling apprehensive about reaching out to some friends, you might be going through something and you think they might not understand or that they wouldn't provide you the support you need. First of all, just ask. And if they don't, then they're probably not the friends that you want to be hanging out with. But 9 times out of 10, I guarantee that they're going to listen to you. They're going to relate to you because, you know, you might think similarly being friends. They might be going through similar stuff in their lives. So never discount the importance of having friends, communicating with friends, and just being willing to kind of put your problems out there, because especially for guys, but I know girls go through it too. There's kind of the assumption that you just stifle all your problems and you'll deal with it. And if you can't, then you're not like a strong enough human being. But I feel like the humans, just like any other animals that we think of that are close to us, like chimpanzees and such, like they're all very social and they thrive in social environments. So when you're stifling yourself and being super antisocial about what you're going through, then from like an evolutionary standpoint, like you're going against your own survival. So just, even though that's like a super scientific way of thinking about it, it is something to think about. But anyway, I'm ranting, so love you guys, and I will post this tonight, but I will continue to post new material. Once again, I'm super excited to post the video I'll be doing with a friend of mine, an interview just regarding her own struggles with mental health. I think she'll bring a fresh perspective, so I'm not just talking about myself, and hopefully you guys will be able to relate to that too. But anyway, love you, and I look forward to posting again.